Welcome back to the Laughing Lounge. I'm Angelica.
And I'm Lauren.
Today we're diving into our book recap of The Nanny for the Neighbors.
This book has been making waves with its mix of family drama, romance, and just enough tension to keep you flipping pages late at night.
Amen. And let me tell you, we have thoughts.
If you've read it, this is your chance to relive all the moments. If not, fair warning, spoilers ahead.
Okay, well, first reaction when you started reading, were you hooked? Or did it take some time?
I feel like it took a little bit of time. Like, I wasn't, ready to, run through the whole book right away. It definitely took some time to build up the relationship between some of the characters. Especially, what's his name, Sebastian?
Mm-hmm.
Sebastian is an absolute dick in that book. For 70 to 80% of the book, he's the dick.
No. Yeah, and, he's, this mysterious business demeanor and,
always working.
We'll dive into it, but, even, his first comment about, the plot of the book, he most definitely thought that he was not.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
And I think that I'm a visual reader, so, as I'm reading the book, I can, visualize what's happening, and, I can picture, the characters in a book, so I'm like, okay. And then when it gets to, certain points of the book, I'm like, okay, let me just close the Kindle real quick. And, come back to that. We'll come back to that.
So whenever I read, I don't picture anything. I can read it and I can comprehend what's happening, but if I close my eyes and try to, imagine the scene, I see nothing.
And I do.
So, it's kind of, cool that you guys get this
right
perspective of both of us, because some people read and don't imagine, just because we don't imagine anything doesn't mean we can't have fun reading.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Okay. What about you? Did the characters feel right, real right away to you, or did you need to warm up to them? Who was your favorite character?
I think my favorite
in the beginning.
My favorite character is Beth, for sure, because she has this backstory of what her life was like growing up, and I like that her best friend was along this journey with her as she navigated through this, and her best friend in the book was you better go get your man or multiple, I guess, and then the plot of the story is a baby was left on her neighbor's doorstep, and Sebastian that we were talking about swore up and down that this child could not be his. So
think again, bro chacho.
So they did a paternity test, and the baby ended up being his, but there's Cyrus and Jack
and Sebastian
that are all roommates.
Then Beth is the nanny, and then her best friend Benny. Those are the main
right. Yep. And Beth was actually in foster care, right? And she didn't.
So was Benny.
And so was Benny, but Beth didn't have a forever home.
Yeah.
And
she wasn't adopted.
Yeah, and Benny, the home that they were fostered in, Benny was adopted by that family, but she was not. So they were still close. So, and then you also get a feel of what her life was like and how she felt for Kami, who was the baby that was left on the doorstep and didn't want that for her. And then also in the book, you also get to meet her biological mom, her biological grandmother, and there's a meet there, and then you also get to know more backstory about the guys and their families. So this was too good.
Juicy. All right, let's talk about the nanny characters. Oh wait, about the nanny character, Beth. Did you love her, feel for her, or get frustrated with her choices? I feel me personally, yes to all. I loved her. I felt for her. I understand she went through some trauma. I get that. But at the same time, I was so mad when the boys were out of town and she was spiraling. Deep dive spiraling. And she didn't reach out to anybody.
She disassociated herself.
Yes, she didn't reach out to anybody.
Yeah, and the boys were out of town for their business that they so they were our game what do they call it? Like they like are gamer like gamers.
They made a video game.
But they made a video game.
Yeah.
And they were on a business trip and they took the baby with them.
Mm-hmm.
So Beth was off while they were gone. And before this she found out that Benny's significant other helped find her biological mom, and the boys pretty much told her like, we don't want you meeting her by yourself, like wait for us to come back home so we can meet. And she decided to
go anyway
because she had a doctor's appointment and she found out that she just wouldn't be able to have children after a scare of her possibly being late. But she found out at the doctor's office that she couldn't have children, so she spiraled
and she went to see her mom thinking that would help and stuff, because the doctor was like, oh, it's probably like common in your family, like what's your family history like? And she's like, well, I don't know because I don't know anybody from my family. So she goes to her mom's house and her mom pretty much kicks her out and tells her that she never wants to see her again, and she was the biggest mistake of her life, and that she didn't think to reach out to her and let her know that this was a problem in their family because she forgot about her.
Yep.
Like,
and then the grandma was just as rude. She's like, you're coming here because you want money from us.
She called her a problem child.
Yeah, I don't want your money, I just want answers. And then like her mom's husband came out to the porch and was asking who she was. And then she pretty much said like, I'll never ask you for anything ever again. Yep. And this whole
thing, ripped the bracelet off because she had a bracelet from her mom since she was born that she wore, and she ripped it off and threw it at her feet and everything. Like it was crazy. And
I do like that the stepdad like reached out after to get to know, because like she has 2 younger siblings. So it was nice that the stepdad like came in to save the day, get to know them a little bit, get to know her a little bit more. So yeah, I think that I loved her. I love Beth. I just think that like I also see myself a little bit in her, like when it comes to like to the disassociation part. Like I'm quick to disassociate myself. Like it's just like the boys are like, we haven't heard from her, we want to make sure that she's okay. And then like I know she called one of them, but they tried calling her back, she didn't answer. So they were like, we feel like something's wrong. So like their big meeting that they were supposed to go to, they ended up not going so they can go check in on Beth. So they went back to her apartment and she was like depressed, like a hot mess.
But it was bad. And then like they were like mad at her because she was like, well, I couldn't find my phone and it was on her counter and everything. And like they were like so mad. But then like, and like they were like kind of blaming her, which I kind of was like, I'm gonna need you guys to like calm down and relax, because like obviously the way that she looks, she does not look good right now. So like what is happening? Right. And Sebastian is just a dick, period. So there's that.
The neighbor dynamic. Do we think it was believable, too messy, or exactly what the book, like what made the book juicy? And then who's your favorite character and your least favorite character?
Well, we both know that the least favorite character is Sebastian.
100%.
No. He's just no. But I feel like the dynamic, I don't know, it was definitely all of the above. Like, it was messy, and it was believable, but then also at the same time, it was kind of cringy at parts, too, I feel.
Yeah, like a shudder.
Like, yeah. Like, why are we yelling at people? That, like, so Beth was, like, playing with Cammie, the baby, and she knocked over blocks, and Seb came running out of his room and tripped over the blocks and fell, and then proceeds to scream at Beth, top of lungs, screaming about how she's so messy and blah blah blah. And then Beth proceeds to clean the entire apartment because Seb yelled at her. And
then his dick ass wants to sit here and apologize, like, I'm so sorry I spoke to you like that, I didn't mean for it to come across like that. And like 5 chapters later he does it again.
Yeah, like, what? It was
didn't mean to do that.
There was definitely like parts where it's just like, that was very cringy.
And like I will say, at the beginning of the book, like she talks about seeing Jack and like has this slow crush on Zach.
Yeah, and then you meet Jack and he feels the same way about her, and it's actually so cute. Like, they are actually so cute together.
So cute.
Like, Jack and Beth were like, yes, made for each other. And then Cyrus,
I have a hot take about that.
Yeah.
My hot take is like, I feel like he knew that Jack liked her.
Yeah.
So then he was like, oh, I want a piece of her too.
He was like, well, join the party.
What really floored me was Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
Floored me. I was like, there is no way he likes her like that.
Okay, so your favorite character is Beth.
Beth, but like guy favorite character most definitely is Jack.
I agree. I like Beth too, but I feel like you have to like Beth. She's the main character.
She's the main character.
But I feel like I like Cyrus more. I like Jack a lot, but I feel like I don't know.
Cyrus is like not. I think he's misunderstood.
Yeah.
Because they look at him more as like a little brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like Seb is rude.
Yeah.
And then there's like some of the scenes I'm like, hold on, I need to go back and read that because what?
Yeah, like it's just like I feel like Cyrus is in like there were times where like she like says something that offends him and like he would like kind of like blow up on her, but like she really didn't understand because she thought that he didn't work and like he was a freeloader and whatnot, and it wasn't the case. He just didn't want to tell her about
what he did
about his job because he was a because he's a stripper.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't want to tell her about that because he wasn't sure how he would react.
And it just so happened like she went out with Benny one night and they went to the same bar strip club that he worked at, and he thought that she followed him there.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I'm here with my friends, and it got a little bit spicy.
Yeah, I got it a little bit.
That was hot.
It got
hot.
spicy.
That was clutch your pearls. That's all I gotta say. So let's talk about that moment.
That moment, like
when was the moment that you felt like, okay, like this is different? Like a part of me feels like I know where the book was gonna go, just based off the title.
Yeah.
But like, what's one thing that like threw you for a loop?
I think when they went to with Seb's parents' house.
Yep.
Because like Beth didn't really like connect with Seb very well, but like she knew that he was nervous about taking Cammy to meet his parents because he had a bad relationship with them, and so she offered to go with him, which I think was very brave of her because Seb is a dick.
Correct.
And then they have a moment. Well, Seb's parents talk bad about him, and Beth defends him. And then
when she's done,
and when she's done yelling, she gets really embarrassed and runs up to the bathroom and is crying.
Felt
and so I think that's when Seb, like, his eyes finally opened and was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm actually in love with this girl because like nobody's ever
done that for
stood
me.
up to some like my parents like that before.
Right.
And like he always thought that he was the problem, but in reality it was his his mom and his stepdad that were the problem because they sent him off because they didn't want to deal with him, not because he had anger issues or whatnot.
This is some hurtful stuff.
Yeah, like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, they said some really hurtful stuff.
Especially about the baby too. Like that's really what set Beth off because they're talking about Cammy, which she's a baby. She didn't ask to be here.
Right, or get dropped off on the doorstep.
Exactly, and you asked to meet her, so like why are you talking bad about her when you literally asked for this meeting?
Well, they also assumed that Beth was the mom.
Yeah, that too. Like, no.
She is not. She's the nanny.
Beth is like white as a ghost, which same. So, and Cammy is like a little mixed baby.
Yeah.
And Seb is not of color.
No.
So the fact that they thought that Beth was the mom is a little crazy. Because, like...
What are you talking about?
What?
What are you talking about? I think that, like... I already had a feeling that the whole her and Jack thing was going to happen. And then, like, we knew that was going to happen eventually. And we didn't talk about them, Cyrus, and Jack at the same time.
Ooh.
With Beth. And I was like not really shocked about that because like the title of the book, you just know. I was floored
Yeah.
When Seb came into the mix, not only in the childhood bedroom, at the parents' house.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever stuck up for me.
Oh my! And he was on the phone with one of his bosses
when it was happening.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my gosh, I would be floored. Be like, no, there's no way.
It is like, and he kept saying stuff like that was really cringy when that was happening. Like, you're going to get me in trouble or whatever the hell he said. I'm like, sir.
It was quite cringy, but it was also kind of cute at the same time.
Let's talk about things that, a few things that we highlighted. So, like, chapter 15, Jack's hand shoots out and wraps around my wrist, keeping me in place. He says, I have a crush on you. He blurts out. Clock that, because a man sharing how he feels about a woman.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like also that Jack really didn't see the other two as competition. Like, I don't know.
Okay, so I highlighted a part. It was Jack's point of view. It was chapter 4. And I highlighted the part where he says, it's not that I've been watching her. I'm just aware of her. And I'm like, okay, so it's not stalking. It's just you're aware of her. Like, that's a little creepy.
Just aware of my surroundings.
Yeah, like, what? This is a little weird, but okay.
It is funny because it's funny that me and Lo have the same perspective. Like, Zeb is a hot mess. Even whenever they came back from that trip, he, like, had shown, like, this softer side. Like, after he calmed down, like, not having a tantrum, he, like, showed the softer side. And then, like, then a part in the book, you already know, like, books like that, things go for a twist. And, like, okay, they're just probably not going to be friends anymore or, like, talk anymore because Beth got a job offer to be a nanny for another child. And they were like, we don't want you to take this nanny job, but I might have to think about it if things might change with Candy's mom.
And, like, there were so many things that happened on that trip to... Like, they went to America for this trip, and the book is placed in England. Mm-hmm. And so, like, they decided to text their landlord and tell them that they were thinking about not renewing their lease. Like, they just wanted to do monthly leases instead of, like, what they were doing was, like, quarterly or something like that. And then they had the landlord do a welfare check on Beth.
Because they haven't heard from her.
And he got the rent from her, and she ended up telling him that she was thinking about going down to, like, monthly because of the job offer that she got, and she thought that the boys didn't need her anymore and everything like that. And, like, everything got so out of control because, like, the landlord reported back to them, like, saying, like, how she was thinking about leaving and blah blah blah, and then she found out from the landlord that they were thinking about leaving. So it just, like, it, like, all spiraled out to, like, this big thing that it didn't need to be. And it was, like, I was like, this is ridiculous.
I think I started to spiral right with him because there was a lot going on.
We talked about how Jack was jealous of Benny at first.
Yeah. Like, okay, sir, relax.
Jack thought that Benny was her boyfriend. And couldn't be any farther from the truth.
So far left.
So far. But yeah, I was like, that's a little crazy that you've never even talked to this girl and you're super jealous because...
I just love how, like, from Beth's perspective, she always thought that he was, like, good looking. And then, like, but never really said anything about the other two.
Until she got to know them.
Right. And then Jack felt something towards her. But, like, Cyrus is, like, he's, like, the one that nobody really understands because, like, the strip club scene.
Oh my,
my goodness.
Yep.
I think if you have not read this book,
you should add it to your TBR because
it is
good. It is good. Any other highlights?
Chapter 23. Beth. He's reading her a story, he says, looking amused. Well, it's a chapter from a textbook about international copyright law. I told him he at least has to do funny voices to keep her interested, but he refused.
Yeah, I feel like I hate Beth and Seb's relationship too from the beginning because, like, Beth, like, kind of got this bad vibe from Seb and never gave him the benefit of the doubt.
No.
But, like, also, Seb didn't really talk to her about her childhood either. So, like, they both had, like, these perspectives on this situation where, like, he thought, like, putting her in care was the better thing for him to do, because he really didn't have time. Like, he was still trying to manage his jobs and everything. And Beth was like, no, that's a terrible idea, because it should be with his mom, and she has, like, this insider view of foster care. But he never asked her
about why she felt like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, like, they kind of, like, butt heads on that front, and then they never communicated, which I thought was stupid.
And I feel like they, like, are so quick to jump down each other's throats without the understanding. And then, like, Jack is like, oh, it's okay, like, don't be upset. Like, can we talk about when Cyrus and Jack both asked her to go on a date, and then something happened, but they made the date at home? That was super cute. And then what happened after?
Yeah, because Cammy got sick.
And then what happened after, I was floored.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I highlighted one part in chapter 53. And it just says wet heat, and I said ew, because what? What? We said it's I don't want to say it because I don't want to be us, like, I don't want to, like, read the whole thing, but it just says her wet heat, and I said ew. That's disgusting. Why would you ever describe it like that? Ew.
I think that was the point where I was like, like, why would you say that? Because you know, I used, like,
I was like, no.
You hear, like, dogs are in heat. Like, that's nasty.
Yes. Like, ew. Why would you say that? Like, ugh. No.
That was odd.
Or the time where, she thought that she didn't have anybody, and it literally says, I don't have anyone at all. For God's sake, I just need one person. Someone who cares that my heart just broke. You didn't reach out. You reached out to one person. 1. 2, you didn't even try to reach out to Benny. You have people. You just decided to try one thing, and then nobody cared about you after that? That's a little wild. I'm not judging, though. I'm not judging. And they were busy. Like, I understand that she was going through that and everything like that, but, like, just because you called them one time and they didn't answer doesn't mean that they didn't want to talk to you.
Right. They're probably busy.
They were busy. Like, but I was heartbroken for her, because that's hard.
Yeah. Chapter 31. When this is the chapter where they go to the strip club, and he pretty much asked her if she minded, like, he was a stripper, and he asked, like, you like the show? And she said, I really liked it. And then she said, you don't mind? Like, Sarah said, you don't mind? Mind what? So he said that I take my clothes off in public. He was like, oh Jesus, you do? When? Second act. She said, I bit my lip. Why would I mind? And he yells at her and goes, because most people mind. Why are you yelling?
Right.
It says gentle conversation. She was kind of trying to flirt with you. What are you doing? And then she asked, who would mind? And he said, like, my parents, my ex-girlfriends. Like, why are we...
People actually don't care about that, so I'm confused.
But I think he got he got in trouble by... Not in trouble by his boss, or, like, another stripper was mad. Like, why would you kiss her? Like, we're not allowed to do that. He's like, oh, it's a friend from... she's my neighbor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, a neighbor.
A neighbor.
Yeah, okay.
Can we talk about the closet? Because that's nasty.
Not the closet.
Like, I feel
like that would not... I wouldn't want to do it in a closet my first time with this guy. Like, that's just me, though.
Like, you couldn't wait till you got home? No. And then, I might have been dreaming this, but then, wasn't she with one of them, and, like, somebody walked in, and was like, one of them walked in? Then with Seb. He knew what was going on when they walked. It was the date. He was like, what's going on?
He was like, oh.
I think then he was, like, slightly jealous.
Because he walked in, And they were like doing stuff, and Cyrus, he's like, "What's going on?" And Cyrus was like, "Oh, we're wine and dining your nanny." I know, it was like, somebody gotta, like, come on now.
I mean,
come on.
He's not going to, and that's your child.
Wild.
Like,
wild.
Days later. Literally, I think that, like, I know, like, some books they have, like, where you can jump time, but, like, I don't think, like, the whole yelling thing about the toys happened. Seb's parents wanted to meet. Like, the date that happened, then that happened. Seb's parents wanted to meet, and then it happens in his childhood bedroom.
Yeah, it's wild.
And then when they come back, they leave to go to America, and then they come back, and there's, like, this whole thing.
Yeah, this whole timeline is just, wow. It's deep.
What do you think the book was really about?
I think the book was about, obviously, like, finding out who the baby belonged to. 1. 2, finding, like, helping Seb, because Seb was dead set it was not his, helping Seb realize that he can be a good father. And just because your parents said all these bad things about you doesn't mean that you're not a good father. So, like, teaching him how to take care of a baby was a real big thing that she needed to do. I also think it was about her finding more people that were in her group.
Right.
Like, okay, sis, you found your people. Like, you have people.
You utilize them.
Yes. Yes. Do you think it was about something different, or?
I do think that, like, you know, like, Beth's trauma from growing up, she, like, was the voice for Kami because she didn't want her to go through that. But I also think that a part of that also healed something in her, too, because she never felt wanted, and she felt wanted by the boys. And that they were able to have a stable household for her. And I think also, like, after, like, everything was misconstrued, they came back and talked about it, and I think that made her feel a lot better, because she felt like maybe, okay, like, nobody wants me now. Like, I have nobody if they're going to move.
Yeah. But, like, they all jumped to conclusions.
That dang landlord shouldn't have been involved.
Yeah, but, like, Seb also, like, she got a job offer, and Seb was like, oh, so you're just going to take this job, and then, like, he jumped to conclusions.
Yep.
And then she jumped to conclusions when she found out that he
reached out to him.
They were thinking about leaving. It was just a mess. Like, it didn't need to come to all of that.
And I feel like Jack was like...
Jack was preoccupied with his game, which, I mean, I kind of didn't really like, but, like, I understand that was his job. He has to figure all that stuff out, but, like, during the convention and everything like that, like, he had this meeting with, like, he was gonna go to dinner with this guy, and they couldn't get a hold of Beth, and, like, everybody, like, the only one that was worried was Cyrus. And I was actually kind of irritated. I was like, why is he the only one that's worried? Like,
they kept saying, like, something's off. Like, even when they were on the flight. Like, to there. Like, something's off.
Yeah.
And then, like, Cyrus was like, no, like, I'm being serious. And then Jack was like, okay, like, why don't we leave right now? He was like, well, what about your dinner? And he was like, well, Beth is more important.
Well, he didn't realize that until Jack and Seb were both like, okay, we need to book flights. And Jack was like, well, this dinner, like, it's never going to happen again if I leave. And Cyrus is like, you don't want to work for this guy anyway. He doesn't want to hire women because he doesn't want to give them maternity leave and stuff. Like, that's disgusting. Yeah,
that was the ick.
And, like, the fact that Jack was so blinded by the fact of who this person was,
he just wanted to see
he didn't want to see the bad in this person.
No.
So
he wanted the game to get off the ground and running because they worked on it for so long. See, that's why I do like Cyrus though, because he can bring people back to reality without being, like, rude about it.
Yes.
He's not like Seb.
He's like, are you more worried about this damn game, or are you more worried about Beth? Because you need to figure this out now, because I'm leaving whether you guys are coming with me or not.
And I'll take the baby. Because Beth was going to go, because Cyrus even said, like, should Beth come with us to help with the baby? And Seb was like, no, like, if we're going to do this, we need to figure it out without her. And she's going to leave.
That was the start of her spiral. That was the start.
Because she was going to go.
They didn't know that she heard that part. They should have asked her to come. They shouldn't have took the baby, honestly. That's the real issue here.
Correct.
Would you recommend this to somebody who wants a cozy read or only for someone who can handle drama?
I think it's both. Like, there was one point when I was reading the book, like, I was like wrapped up in a blanket. Like, it's like if you like smut books, I mean, I wouldn't give it like a 5 spicy.
Yeah, me either.
But like, I think that like the drama in the sexual part of it, but it also comes with healing in perspective and adult conversations when they finally got over the spiraling and stuff. But I think I would recommend it.
Totally.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, honestly. I mean, like, it took a while to kind of, like, get into a little bit. Right. But, like, it was a quick read.
And once you, like, pick up, and you're like, okay, like, this is starting to get good. Like, you don't want to put it down.
It goes fast, yeah. Which character would you be friends with in real life?
Beth.
I feel like I would be friends with Benny.
It's true. But I also think Beth needs someone like me that can be like, girl, get your life together.
Oh, 100%.
Like, why are you spiraling like that?
Tell people off.
You're right. What scene would you want to see as a movie?
What scene?
Oof. I don't know.
I feel like I would want to see the drive to Seb's parents and then Beth telling them off. Because I feel like that would be so funny to, like, watch her be telling these people off and then Seb come around the corner and realize that she's standing up for him and Cammy, and I think that would be really sweet. Really sweet.
I think that, let me go to my notes. I think that when they talked about, like, needing things for the baby, and her and Jack going to the store
and buying everything,
yeah, to see like their dynamic, I would want to see that, and then I would want to see standing up, like, defending of Seb.
I also think I would want to see the end of the movie, like, not that movie, the end of the book
when they propose.
It's super cute. Would you change the ending? I don't think I would.
No, I think. Sorry, go ahead.
So cute. It just, like, ties everything in. That's what I was gonna say.
My eyes watered, I think, because she was so worried about not being able to adopt her.
Yeah, like, she was so worried about it, and then it turns out that she was her mom for like 2 weeks before they told her, and she was so mad about it. But
because, like, she was really getting, like, kind of upset that Kami kept calling her mommy.
Yeah.
She's like, don't call me that, because, like, I don't want her calling me that because I'm not her mom. Like, the guys never
questioned it, like,
or said anything about
it. You're her mom. Like, her mom doesn't want her. You're here.
And yeah, and I was a little bit nervous when they said that they, like, her mom came back in for, like, a little bit, because I'm like, oh shit, this is about to be like,
right, exactly. But her mom didn't want anything to do with her, which is wild.
And I want to just, I just want to see, like, I would want to see what the baby looked like, because they described her really well. They described all the characters really well, but, like, I want to see, like, Beth playing with her on a carpet and him tripping and falling. Like,
yeah.
But, like, when Beth first got there, like, she never really stood up for herself. She let Seb talk to her like that.
Yes.
Like, she never said, like, don't talk to me like that. She just took it. But, like, Cyrus and Jack never treated her like that.
I think she needed Seb to talk to her like that so she could grow a backbone.
Yeah. I don't like that.
Yeah. Did you... I mean, we could talk about another book if you want. I mean, we kind of finished off that book.
Yeah.
Or we could just...
Yeah, whatever you want.
So, we also are reading this other book by Lily Gold. That's the person that did Nanny for the Neighbor. It's called Triple Duty Bodyguards. I'm still currently reading it. Angelica is finished with it. But mine is kind of like a reread. I've already read it, but I kind of forget a lot that happens. So I'm only on chapter 33. And it is about... The main character has a stalker. She's famous.
It's not funny, but...
This stalker breaks into her house in the middle of the night and ejaculates
Jesus.
in her bed while she's sleeping. And so she fires her, like, security guard that she had at the time because he was
Too busy getting...
Yeah, he was busy with somebody else and let this person break in. So she hires these former SAS?
Mm-hmm.
Military guys to be her security people. And
Jesus.
the trauma. Holy crap. It's wild. Okay, so, well, just ask the same questions. What was your first reaction when you started reading?
I feel like this was like a easy, not a easy, it was a slow start. Like I tried really hard to get through the first couple episodes. Because I'm like, oh my god, like the first page I was like, oh my god, this girl's a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, she's a brat. And like, when they're, debriefing with the guys who took over for her, they were like, oh, this girl sounds like a nightmare. Like, they already, like, wrote her off.
Yep.
And their boss is like, no, we need people that can actually, like, do this. Like, that you don't know how she really is. Like, tabloids say, like, all these things. So, I actually really liked it. The ejaculation part was wild.
Yeah. Like, so, the stalker's name in the book is X. He, like, signs all his stuff X and stuff. And he is actually crazy. Actually insane. And, like, it's just... who... I just don't get it. Like, why would you do that? Like, that's so crazy. Ugh. And can we talk about the police officer in the first chapter?
He was a dick.
He was an asshole. Like, an asshole.
And then asked for a picture.
Asked for a picture. She said no because somebody just broke into her house and violated her. And he thought it was like a publicity stunt. Mm-hmm. And he didn't think it was a serious deal. And he wanted a picture of her. And she said no, which she had every right to say no. You're in her house. Something bad just happened to her. And he called her a bitch. And on the way out, he took a picture of her anyway.
And then he said, how do I know you didn't do something like this?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I'm like, what? What do you mean? That's... No. No.
How do we feel about Grayson?
Who?
Was that his name?
Who's Grayson?
Not me putting the books together. Let me go to my notes. Hold on.
It's, Matt... what's his face? There's... How do you say the main character's name? Briar, Matt, Kenda, and Glenn.
What if... Oh, it was from the other book. Hold on. Let me get my notes out. Sorry, friends. I would also not recommend listening to this on Audible.
Ooh. I did not do that.
It is not.
But it is crazy. And, like, the second that they meet her, she's in the middle of doing a nail polish brand collab with these people. And so they meet her, and she was like, oh, I was in a meeting. And they're like, and Matt is, like, the rude one of the group. He's like, oh, you were in a meeting, but your nails are freshly painted. I'm gonna need you to sit down, because, like, how are you judging this girl when you just met her? Like, she was actually in a meeting. That's so crazy. But, like, he had a bad job with somebody famous before who was trying to sexually assault him. So he just didn't like any of the famous people that they did jobs for.
Yeah, he was, like, written off by it. Which I don't blame him.
Oh, and they have trauma because they were captured as a unit. And
it's not funny.
It's not funny. But, like, Glenn has really bad scar on his face and his arms and stuff. Kenda has scars on his back and stuff because they tortured Glenn and Kenda to get under Matt's skin.
That's actually, but that actually also like crazy because it also happens in real life.
Yeah, because they were taught like how to withstand torture and stuff.
What about? I'm sorry, I'm scrolling through my notes.
You're good.
I didn't highlight as much. Glenn is. How did you feel about Glenn?
Glenn is so sweet. Like, he's the sweet and silent one, and he also feels like he doesn't fit a certain image because he has a scar on his face. Kenda, I feel like he also is sweet, but he is a little bit rougher around the edges than Glenn. And Matt is just... he is a rock. Matt
kind of reminds me of Seb.
Yeah, he's a little bit of an asshole.
Jack reminds me a lot of Glenn. And then Cyrus is like...
right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yeah. But like, yeah. Matt is just like, he needs to get this job done. He wants to make sure everything's perfect. He doesn't want anybody getting hurt. And he has really bad PTSD, but doesn't want to talk to anybody about it.
Right.
And just deal with it.
Right.
So that's not good.
Right. Right.
And like, he also doesn't explain stuff to Briar and just expects her to understand and get it. So like, she like tells X off because he posts a not so nice picture to her Instagram or social media. I don't actually know if it's Instagram or not. And she like starts telling him off, and Matt's like telling her to stop, and he carries her away from this interview in front of everybody because she just made everything 10 times worse.
Yep.
But she doesn't realize that because she doesn't have the training that they do. And he didn't take the time to explain it to her. He just thought that she should know.
Yeah.
So, I don't really like that, but I'm not done with it yet, so.
I feel like I need to probably, because like next episode we can recap the end of the book, and I think I'm going to reread the end of the book. I feel like sometimes when I like, especially like the end of the books, like I'll read them at night and then like I'll fall asleep, so I just pick up where I left off.
Yeah, you're like.
So, I think I'm going to read, I think when I finish the book, I think I ended up being on like chapter, I can actually tell you because I highlighted it. I think I'm just going to reread the ending.
Yeah, I'm on chapter 33.
Because Lily Gold, too good.
She's so good.
When I fell asleep and I just finished the book, I was on chapter 51, so that's Briar. And I read the rest through. But I think it wouldn't hurt just to
reread it,
just so I can be up to speed.
Okay, well.
Because I read that quick.
Yeah, you did. You read it really quick.
If you want any more by Lily Gold, 3 Swedish Mountain Men. That's all I got. But Sam Hall has a book that's called Messing with My Brother's Best Friends. And who's this one by? Lacey Day, Stuck with My Brother's Firefighter Besties. I haven't started any of those, but I will say, like, if you haven't read Never Lie,
oh my gosh,
please
read it.
I need you to.
Like, everybody should be required to read that book, honestly. It's so good. So good.
And then there's one more by Lily Gold. There might be more, but Faking with Benefits by Lily Gold. And
I remember that one.
There's one by, what's her name? Rebel Bloom. They're called, okay, hold on. They're called My Ex Best Man and My Ex Best Friends.
Dang.
I mean,
those sound juicy.
My fall collection might be, and I've said it before, but like, you also have to read the Hello series. And I bought them I don't know if they're available on Kindle Unlimited or like on Kindle anyway. Like, you know what I mean? But I bought all of the books, and I read Hello Single Dad. And I restarted Hello Billionaire because I feel like I rushed through that. Hello Temptation, so good. And all of these books blend together, like with the characters, like the main characters, they're somewhere in the other books too.
Oh.
Which is nice.
That is nice. All right, well, I think that's all we got.
So, that's our recap of The Nanny for the Neighbors and Triple Duty Bodyguards. Honestly, I'm still thinking about it.
Same. And we want to know what your thoughts are. Send us your opinions, favorite parts, or even your rants.
Don't forget to follow The Laughing Lounge on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And hey, leave us a review. It will help us grow more.
Until next time, grab a book, grab a friend, and remember, there's always room to laugh through the chaos.